Jr. is taking a seismic step up to show he is the next great American heavyweight.
Richard Torrez continues his impressive run.
While the gladiator, Guido Vianello, looks to play spoiler and tarnish Torres's perfect record.
He knows what he's capable of doing now.
This is Top Rank on ESPN+.
For the second consecutive weekend, Top Rank Boxing is right back here in Las Vegas, but this time the heavyweights take center stage for 10 rounds. Richard Torrez Jr. versus Guido Vianello. Fight Week is brought to you by Miller Lite. Cheers to another round of Miller time. And presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Also brought to you by Riyadh Season. And the Palms Casino Resort right here in Las Vegas. The Palms has been a fantastic host to us all fight week long, and there's a live look inside the Pearl Theater where they're putting the finishing touches on the ring, the place of action tomorrow night from the Palms, the Pearl Theater. We hope you join us if you're in Las Vegas or on ESPN+. We welcome you inside our conference room for the weigh-ins today. I'm Christina Poncher. Thank you so much for joining us wherever around the world you're watching. And I have a co-host next to me who was just in action right here in Las Vegas last week, featherweight contender Bruce Shoo Carrington.
Yes.
Shoo, happy to have you with us this week. And it's a lot easier holding a mic and talking television than it is stepping on this scale behind us, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. You know, I don't have to be making weight, you know, like these guys are going to be doing today.
Right.
But, you know, I'm super happy to be on this end of things and really just locked in on just preparing to enjoy the show.
Yes, that's going down tomorrow night. Let's take a look at the full fight card of action we have for you tomorrow. 9 total fights culminating in the 10-round heavyweight showdown. The first bouts start on ESPN Plus at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Pretty good card. I mean, some stacked talent on the undercard too, right?
You know, there's definitely a lot of young heavy fighters that we're going to be watching today. This weekend.
Yeah.
We have
tomorrow.
DJ Zamora. He's going to be starting us off really early. We have Stephen Navarro, but we also have Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason, he's going to be doing great, you know, as he is each and every single time around. And I feel like at this point, we're going to have a great stack card we're going to watch.
Yes, we are. So like Shushu said, get here and join us. A limited number of tickets are still available at the Palms Casino or on Ticketmaster. Doors open on Saturday night at 2 p.m. and scan that QR code right there for all things Fight Week, your home for boxing action. Now look, we showed everybody the card, the heavyweights in action for Guido Vianello and Richard Torrez. This is a great opportunity, both of them headlining in Las Vegas. Let's start with Guido first. Coming off 2 great performances, what do you expect? There's a live look at him, very serious. Heavyweight should be the happiest on weigh-in day. Like, you legit do not have
They don't have to worry about making weight or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
For
with Guido, I feel like, you know, he's been making a great testament of himself. Like, we've been seeing a great improvement on his last 2 fights especially. And he's definitely showing that he's a real threat in his vision.
Yeah, took on F.A., took on Makhmudov. Those are 2 building performances that kind of got him to this point. And I feel like, you know, it's like a title eliminator for both of these guys, right? And for Richard Torrez, when we talk about him, I know you're very familiar with him, both inside.
Very, unfortunately.
and outside of the ring. But for Richard, too, look, a really big opportunity for him. He's been working hard to get to main event status and his first 10-rounder. What do you expect from him tomorrow night?
You know, the same thing I expect from him every fight. You know, he brings that pressure, he brings that intensity throughout the whole fight, and that experience with the Olympics as well too. I feel like that'll help him out a lot. But you know, he's also showing his boxing IQ as well too these last couple fights. So he's been improving as well, and I'm just really interested to see how this is going to turn out for him.
Speaking of boxing IQ, the 2 principals in our co-main event, Lindolfo Delgado and Elvis Rodriguez, 2 top-ranked 140-pounders.
Yeah.
Also in a title eliminator bout, very evenly matched. I mean, your thoughts on our co-main event?
Like you said, it's a title eliminator.
You know what that's like?
Yes, exactly. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
I just had a fight for the title eliminator in that last week, and the pressure to put on a great show, to dominate, it's going to be on both of these guys. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to approach the game come this weekend.
And you look at the tail of the tape, pretty evenly matched. The southpaw has a slight reach advantage, but it should be a spectacular co-main event to set the stage. And before we get it over to Jimmy, one more thing. Who on the undercard are you most excited to see?
Like I said, there's a lot of young talent, explosive, approaches to the game for each one of those guys. But I feel like Abdullah Mason, he is definitely one of the guys that I'm really interested to watch.
Yeah, Abdullah is one of those guys that I feel like ever since he turned pro has continued to get better each and every fight, kind of checks every box, working his way now from prospect to contender status.
Yes.
You agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And, he's, like you said, he's been getting a lot of experience and he's kind of just stepping up his game as he goes along. And I'm just really interested to see how the rest of his career is going to turn out.
All right, well, before these guys get in the ring tomorrow night, they got to step on the scale today. And for their official introductions, we'll send it over to the always classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Thank you, Christina. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you and welcome as Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents the official weigh-in for our big afternoon and night of boxing taking place tomorrow right here at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's live on ESPN+. Before we bring out our fighters to step onto the scale, we are honored to have, as always, once again, the top-ranked knockouts. Please welcome Pamela and Tiana. And you can check out their Instagrams for a behind-the-scenes look at Fight Week. Thank you once again to Pamela and Tiana. All right, fans, here we go. Let's bring our fighters out for our opening attraction for tomorrow afternoon, starting 2:30 local time, Pacific, 5:30 in the East. 4 rounds of boxing junior welterweight. It features Sammy Contreras Jr. versus Robert Jimenez. First to the scale from Nampa, Idaho. He's a junior welterweight battler in his 6th professional bout. Please welcome Robert Jimenez. $138.4 for Robert Jimenez, 138.4 pounds. And his opponent fighting out of Los Angeles, making his anticipated professional debut. Here is Sammy Contreras Jr. $138.6 pounds, 138.6 for Sammy Contreras Jr.
Shu, do you remember what it was like weighing in on the scale for your first time for your pro debut?
Definitely, all the nerves, it was just rushing through me. But, I feel like, the preparation for this fight is going to help them out.
4-rounder at 140 pounds.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, opening up the action tomorrow afternoon here at the Palms Casino Resort, brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the junior lightweight division. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in a fight featuring DJ Zamora versus Hugo Castaneda. First, with a record of 15 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Joining us from Reynosas, Tamaulipas, Mexico, please welcome Hugo Tigre Castaneda. $130.6 pounds, 130.6 for Tigre Castaneda.
Great job.
And his opponent now joining us with a record of 15 wins, no losses, 10 wins coming by way of knockout from Las Vegas. He's known as the War Machine, DJ Zamora.
130.9.
130.9 pounds, 130.9 for the War Machine, DJ Zamora.
Really excited to watch DJ Zamora fight. You know, he's definitely one of the main guys that I have next to me training each and every day. I understand how hard he works. I understand how hard he wants to be the best in the division. And this is his opportunity to really showcase what he's got.
Go ahead, face off. Don't touch each other. Leave your hands down. You get a little closer, but don't touch no one.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the War Machine, DJ Zamora versus Hugo Castaneda, El Tigre. 8 rounds of boxing. Weight limit for the contract, 131 pounds. We'll call them junior lightweights. Once again, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled. And now we move on to our next fight. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled. Middleweights coming to us in the ring. Jahi Tucker versus Troy Williamson. First, please welcome, with a record of 20 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. He has 14 knockouts. Making his U.S. debut from Darlington, England. Please welcome Trojan Troy Williamson.
160.4.
160.4 pounds, 160.4 for Troy Williamson. And his opponent holds a record of 13 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw with 6 knockouts. Originally from Brooklyn, proudly representing Brooklyn, now fighting of Deer Park, New York. Please welcome Jahi Tucker.
160.7.
160.7 pounds, 160.7 for Jahi Tucker.
I thought he was going to hop on the scale with the chain for
I did
real
too.
quick.
And then he just put it on the ground. I'm like, oh no.
Right.
Set it on the ground.
Yeah, but that's that New York swag.
Yeah,
though.
right. No, this is a sneaky good scrap though on the undercard. I really am looking forward to this matchup. Jahi coming back out to the West Coast, if you will. Hasn't been in Vegas since 2021 for a fight. Usually holding our shows down on the East Coast, but this is a sneaky good fight on the undercard.
You guys. Good? All right, guys, face off. Don't touch each other. Hands at your sides. Save it for the ball. Keep it just like that. All right, guys, thank you.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Contracted weight in this fight, 161 pounds. We'll call them middleweights, 10 rounds of boxing. It's Jahi Tucker versus Trojan Troy Williamson. Now let's move into the welterweight division. Our next fight, scheduled 6 rounds of boxing, features Art Barrera Jr. versus Daijohn Gonzalez. First, with a record of 12 wins, 5 losses with 6 knockouts, southpaw battler. Please welcome from Davenport, Iowa, Daijohn Gonzalez. 152.9s for Daijohn Gonzalez. And his opponent ready to join us now, a fine young professional with a record of 7 wins and no losses, 5 knockouts from Linwood, California, Art Barrera Jr.
152.7.
152.7, 152.7 for Art Barrera Jr.
The first of 3 Robert Garcia Boxing Academy fighters on the card Saturday night. The undefeated Art Barrera Jr. taking on battle-tested Daijohn Gonzalez. You see the age advantage there on the tail of the tape for Gonzalez, but the knockout advantage goes to Art Barrera Jr.
guys. Don't touch each other. Save for tomorrow. Good, boys. Thank you.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. These are super welterweight 6 rounds of boxing art. Barrera Jr., Daijohn, Gonzalez. And now we'll present the first of our title attractions scheduled for tomorrow. 8 rounds of boxing, vacant junior NABF Super Flyweight Championship. It's Steven Navarro versus Juan Esteban Garcia. First, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 14 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, with 11 wins. Coming by way of knockout from Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico, El Azabachito, Juan Esteban Garcia. 113.5, 113.5 pounds. Ready to fight tomorrow for this vacant title. His opponent with an acclaimed amateur pedigree. His professional record is 5 wins, no losses, 4 wins, coming by way of knockout from Inglewood, California, Steven Navarro.
$114.8.
114.8 pounds, 114.8 for the undefeated Steven Navarro.
Navarro is definitely one of the guys that is must-see TV as well. He's definitely someone I'm really excited to watch. I love his style, very explosive. Can't wait to see what he has to bring tomorrow.
Yeah, a pro for just 1 year, 5 wins, 4 of them by way of knockout. Looking forward to seeing him back in the ring against an opponent that has, of his 14 wins, 11 of those are by way of knockout. So it should be entertaining for his first 8-rounder for Steven Navarro, as long as it lasts tomorrow night.
Boys, stay back, please. Face off. Stay back a little bit. Hands to your sides. Don't touch anyone. There you go, just like that.
That's that intensity right there.
Good, Mike. Thank you, boys.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. This fight surely has the crowd worked up, and it should be. It's going to be a good one. Steven Navarro, Juan Esteban Garcia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move into the featherweight division in about scheduled 6 rounds of boxing featuring Alberto Gonzalez versus Dana Coolwell. First, with a record of 13 wins, 3 losses, he has 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Making his Las Vegas debut and joining us from Nambour, Australia, please welcome Deadly Dana Coolwell.
125.5.
125.5 pounds, 125.5 pounds for Dana Coolwell. His opponent is undefeated at 12 wins, no losses, 7 of his wins coming by way of knockout. From Moreno Valley, California, the undefeated Alberto Chop Chop Gonzalez.
124.8.
124.8, already 124.8 for Alberto Chop Chop Gonzalez.
Hey, Shu, you know anything about Dana?
Of course, yeah, we definitely shared the ring some months ago. I'm really excited for this matchup because Dana, he is very tough competitor. And, you know, Chop Chop, I love his style. He's must-see TV as well, too. Very entertaining to watch. This matchup is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, too. Approximately 5:30-ish tomorrow night from the Pearl Theater and streaming live on ESPN+.
Right at Mikey. Face off. Hands to your sides. Don't touch no one. Yep.
It's a featherweight special attraction, 6 rounds. Alberto Chop Chop Gonzalez versus Deadly Dana Coolwell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the NABF and USBA Lightweight Championship. Scheduled 10 rounds of boxing featuring Abdullah Mason versus Carlos Chinito Ornelas. First to the scale with a record of 28 wins, 4 losses with 15 knockouts. From Bahia, Asuncion, Baja California, Mexico, here is Carlos Chinito Ornelas.
133.8.
133.8 pounds. 133.8 for Carlos Chinito Ornelas. And now we're ready to bring out his opponent from Cleveland, Ohio. Undefeated in his campaign, 17-0 with 15 knockouts. Please welcome the acclaimed and undefeated WBC number 7 world rank contender, the undefeated Abdullah Mason.
How you doing, Abdullah? Just got here to G, right?
Weight limit on this fight, 135 pounds.
Not going to want that shot.
135.1.
Abdullah Mason's first weigh-in tips the scale at 135.1 pounds. 135.1.
Box, Dale. Okay, box. She's got it.
0.1 over for Abdullah Mason, and typically it's actually an ode to his Muslim culture why he takes off his wrap, and he has that up each and every fight. That was not have anything to do with the weight, but they will bring this out and he'll reweigh in.
Okay. 135 even.
135 pounds. He makes the lightweight limit. Abdullah Mason weighs in at 135. We have a fight for the USBA NIBF Lightweight Championship. Abdullah Mason versus Carlos Ornelas.
I love watching Abdullah fight. Sometimes, I'm not even going to lie to you, he reminds me of myself when I'm in the ring. But I feel like it is going to be a very interesting matchup because he's fighting a very experienced guy. Has 32 fights in total, and I'm really interested to see how he's going to handle that type of experience.
Stand right here, just like this. Go right to Mikey. Come more. Right there. That's your middle point. Go right to Mikey.
As you can see, a significant reach advantage for Abdullah Mason, almost 7 inches, which is significant, especially at this weight class.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, Abdullah, he does a great job at using his distance with his reach. So it's going to be very interesting to see how his opponent is going to deal with that.
And credit to Carlos for stepping in. This was going to be against Giovanni Cabrera when the fight was first announced. But he's still got a southpaw opponent and a tricky one, too, in Ornelas.
Good, boys. Thank you.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's for the USBA and NABF Lightweight Championship. 10 rounds of boxing. Abdullah Mason versus Carlos Chinito Ornelas. Well, fans, we're ready to move to our co-main event of the evening. It's scheduled 10 rounds of boxing featuring junior welterweights. It's for a WBC title eliminator and the WBO Latino title. Once again, scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. It's Lindolfo Delgado versus Elvis Rodriguez. Let's bring our fighters to the scale. Weight limit on this fight, junior welterweights, 140 pounds even. First with a record of 17 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 13 wins by knockout. He's the world ranked contender from Santo Domingo, known as the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodriguez.
139.6.
139.6 pounds, 139.6 for the Dominican kid, Elvis Rodriguez. His opponent's record is 22 wins, no losses. 16 big wins coming by way of knockout from Linares, Nuevo Leon, Mexico. Here is the undefeated WBC and WBO number 5 world ranked contender, Lindolfo Delgado.
$139.9.
139.9 pounds. He just makes it 139.9 for Lindolfo Delgado.
Two top-ranked 140-pounders going at it in a co-main event tomorrow night, a title eliminator. I'm very excited about this matchup, a 50-50 fight in my opinion. It should be fireworks in the co-main event.
I agree. You know, both of these guys have exceptional punching power. That already is going to bring a lot of attention to this fight. And like you said, the title eliminator, they're going to bring their best self. And, man, I'm just really locked in to see what they're going to bring.
You gotta love a Freddie Roach versus Robert Garcia battle in the corners too when it comes to two of the very best trainers, two of the very best gyms in the world, and two of the very best 140-pounders right here tomorrow night in our co-main event.
Face off, boys. Keep your hands to your sides. Don't touch no one. Save for tomorrow.
Indeed, they are ready to go. 10 rounds of boxing. WBC title eliminator, WBO Latino Junior welterweight, Lindolfo Delgado versus the Dominican kid, Elvis Rodriguez. Well, fans, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents the featured attraction of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing, the big man of the sport, heavyweights, both of them hard-hitting. They're fighting for the NABF, NABO, and IBF North American heavyweight title. It's Richard Torrez Jr. versus Guido Vianello. First, ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, he has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. A 2016 Olympian for Team Italy, a hard-hitting world-ranked fighter from Rome. Please welcome the gladiator, Guido Vianello.
Good to see you. 242.3.
242.3 pounds. 242.3 for the super heavyweight, the gladiator, Guido Vianello. And his opponent holds a record in the professional ranks of 12 wins, no losses, 11 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He's the U.S. Olympic silver medalist, the undefeated world-ranked heavyweight from Tulare, California, Richard Torrez Jr.
229.2.
229.2 pounds, 229.2 for the undefeated Richard Torrez Jr.
Here, look at Mikey first. Get as far back as you can. Split that, step to your hip right there. Perfect, thank you. Mikey first. Right next to him. Look at Mikey first, boys.
Really exciting matchup for these two. Really excited for this. This is a big step up for Richard Torrez in this type of competition with Guido. Guido, he has a big competitive hurdle ahead of him with Richard Torrez. I cannot wait to see how this is going to turn out.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the last time they will face each other before they meet in the center of the ring tomorrow night for the main event of the evening. 2 hard-hitting world-ranked heavyweights for the NABF, NABO, and IBF North American heavyweight title. Richard Torrez Jr. versus the gladiator Guido Vianello. And now let's hear from Christina Puncher, hear from both of our fighters in this our main event.
Guido, ¿cómo estai? Did I get it right this time?
You learn Italian, right?
I've been working on it. Something you've been working on is preparing for Richard Torrez Jr. tomorrow night. You have the size advantage, the height, the reach, the experience. How do you see tomorrow night playing out?
I see only one way, my way, tomorrow night. Everything's here, it's the time, it's my time, so can't wait to fight. I'm ready.
Does this fight, not just because it's next, but because the implications that are at stake, a possible shot at a world title within reach, mean a little bit more to you than your other fights so far? Or is it just next man up?
I'm thinking just about now. Tomorrow I will think about Richard, and then we will see.
All right, best of luck tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao. All right, Richard. Do you have a chance to size them up face-to-face? That was the first time, you know, when you guys face-to-face. A little bit yesterday, today, everyone talks about the size disadvantage, reach disadvantage, but that's nothing new for you. You've dealt with that your entire career.
Yeah, I have, and so it's nothing special, but we're excited for it. We've been prepped for it, and we're ready to go tomorrow night.
I can tell a shift in your energy as we get to a little closer to fight night, but this is a huge opportunity for you. You're fighting in your first main event, your first scheduled 10-rounder. You've been with Top Rank since you turned pro. Is this exactly where you want to be and exactly where you thought you'd be at this moment in your career, just within grasp of a possible world title shot?
Yeah, I just want to say again, thank you to Top Rank and everybody, the matchmakers. You know, I put full trust in them, and that got me to the place I am today. And I'm happy with where I'm at, and I want to show that I'm meant to be here. And my perfect opportunity is tomorrow night.
Why should people put their money on Richard Torrez Jr.?
I mean, if you haven't seen the last couple of fights, I mean, be ready for this fight as well. You know, I'm well prepared, I'm well trained, and we're gonna have some fireworks tonight. If you know me, you know I'm coming for a fight, and that's where you're gonna get tomorrow. Speaking
of tomorrow, this guy's got a little something to say based on what you said yesterday at the press conference. You have something to say, Shu?
Yeah, you know, I heard you know, what you said yesterday, wishing me bad luck on my commentary. You know, I'm pretty sure that you only said it because I wasn't around, but, you know, I'm here so you could say that to my face.
Shu.
You know?
You're the one that started this, all right?
I mean, it's good TV. Why not?
Yeah, no, she said that you were better than me, and everyone else.
Which is true, yeah.
All right, Shu. Like we say that. Shu, please.
You practice for that one.
I got prepared for this fight, man.
You practice for that.
All right. We'll let you get ready. Thank you so much. Good job today on the mic, Shu. Appreciate you. Look, it's an excellent card tomorrow night. Let's take a look at it one more time. 9 total fights getting started at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN+. Again, if you're in the Las Vegas area, Southern California, get in your car, drive. There's still a limited number of tickets available right here at the Palms Casino Resort or on Ticketmaster. Doors open at 2 p.m., so get your tickets and join us live. And one more time, just in case you need the schedule, upcoming schedule, all things Top Rank. Scan that QR code to view the knockout schedule and all things for the fight fans right there via our QR code. All right, everybody, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. For my co-commentator, Bruce Shushu Carrington, and Jimmy Lennon Jr., I'm Christina Poncher. We'll see you tomorrow.
Young man from Tulare, California, big left hand, and a huge right, and it is a face plant. Destructive power from Richard Torrez Jr. This is a barrage of headshots, and it is over.
Lindolfo Delgado with the body shot, a right to the solar plexus. That was a hello. It ain't a knock who's there. He's in the house. That was impressive.